Hey guys, Eric here. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Before we tune in to the details today, I have one little favor I'd like to ask you. Are you listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify? If you are, and if you haven't done it already, it would be so helpful to Anita and I if you could leave a 5-star review. It could just be putting 5 stars or even writing down something that you really enjoyed and learned from the episodes that you've heard so far. This kind of help would really improve our ability to give you better content and also to help other people find out about Taiwanica. So if you wouldn't mind taking just a few moments to do that if you haven't already, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we really hope you enjoyed today's episode.
This is episode number 4, talking about the proposal.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to start your own podcast? Well, it really is easy these days, and it's all thanks to a place called Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's by Spotify, and it's the easiest way to make a podcast, with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain a little bit more in detail. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You literally just log in and press a button on your phone, and you can record. And if the sound is good enough, hey, you have yourself an episode that you can share with your friends and your fans. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. There's so many places for people to listen to you. It's pretty convenient. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. It's easy to use, it's easy to access, and take it from me and Taiwanica. We were able to launch this with an ease of a button. So if you are interested in doing this as well, I recommend you to download the Anchor app or go to Anchor's website. That is anchor.fm. That is ANCHOR.fm. And you can go there to get started.
This is episode 4, talking about getting engaged. Welcome to Taiwanica! I'm Anita.
And I'm Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Anita.
Would you marry me?
Can I,
No.
Can I
No.
consider it?
No.
Can you ask me again?
Before. I'm sorry. Would you marry me, Eric?
Well, I already did, so I'm pretty happy about it.
You're pretty happy about that?
Yeah.
Cool.
No regrets.
Okay, cool.
What about you? When there was this proposal that we did for getting married, how did you?
Oh wow!
You have a lot of opinions about what happened with us when we first got engaged, and so much that you've told the world the story more than you've told like how we first met. It's usually the first thing you tell everybody. It's like, honey, I really need to tell you how my husband decided to propose to me.
It's not how you decide to propose to me, it's like where you did it.
Okay, before you dive in,
yes.
Just so you know, today's episode is about not only engagements in the United States, but we're going to talk about the differences with that and Taiwan.
Yeah.
But to get you comfortable, we decided it would be best to start with a story.
Yes.
A special story about your hosts, Eric and Anita. So, Anita.
Yes.
Would you like to start us off?
Of course. Everybody get your drink, popcorn, whatever you feel like. Just get everything, make yourself comfortable, sit tight. Here comes the story. All right,
and action.
There was one time we like to, when we are still in Tainan. Okay, just picture in Tainan, it's always hot, right? And the weather is always make you feel uncomfortable and sweaty. And that time we were drinking, I think we were drinking bubble tea.
Yes, we were.
it just make you feel like a fatty, you know, just sweating, drinking bubble tea, and then we're just walking around the city.
Living the dream.
What dream are you living?
Don't get distracted.
We were walking around, and then all of a sudden we're just too tired because it's way too hot. And then we decided to sit down in the park.
Yep.
And you know, I mentioned 2 keywords, Tainan and park.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the environment in Tainan?
Oh,
the
you
park?
know, typical park in sunny afternoon would be a bunch of agong playing mahjong, or what is the one where they have the white ones, the white pebbles that they play with?
象棋.
Xiangqi, yeah. They're playing either one of those. They're all hurdled around
and
one
then
table.
Topless, sweating.
Or white beaters.
Yelling at each other at the background, okay? This
Hey,
is...
你讲,你讲,你讲. 讲啥?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's all I know.
Yeah. That's the background, okay? Very hot, summertime, in the park. I go on the background, yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And we just sit down. I just wanted to catch up my breath.
Yeah, because
it's
we've been
hot.
walking for a while. We just walked from like one half of Tainan all the way to like Chengkong University. And it takes about like 30-40 minutes to walk the distance.
Yeah, off the topic. The point is, when we're just sitting down and I'm just chilling by myself, enjoying my bubble tea, there was one guy, my boyfriend at the time, he's wearing shorts and I think t-shirts, right? Very Taiwanese, that kind of style. And he was wearing flip-flops.
I was just trying to blend in with the crowd.
That's right, honey. It's not wrong. Here comes the part that makes me feel very confused. He, at that time, took off one of his flip-flops.
I like how we emphasize every word.
And then he put the flip-flop on the floor. And then he kneeled down, one knee on the flip-flop. And then he started to...
What did you just start to do? I'm really curious. I've almost eaten all my popcorn already. Hurry up and tell the story.
You just get like sentimental all of a sudden. Just like, you know, I really enjoy the time that we spent together and
You're ruining it. It's time for me to walk in.
Sure.
This is what I did.
Okay.
Anita, you are...
Flip-flop underneath his knee. Okay, go on.
You are the love of my life.
Yes.
And I would do anything for you. And, you know, after all the things we've gone through together, you are definitely the one.
Okay.
And I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
Okay.
You know, and I say those really nice things. She's not saying okay when we were there. She's looking at me like confused. And then she's like, wait.
No. I was like, oh, sure. And then you popped
You
the
did
question.
not say sure. You're just like, I'm sorry. What was that?
No, you asked the question the first time.
Uh-huh.
You say...
Will you marry me?
I was like, yeah, sure. And then he started hugging me. And then very happily, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Are you serious? I totally thought he was joking. Because what's up with the flip-flop?
Who
Seriously,
cares?
well, I do.
All right, we're going to make this a question on the poll. And I want to hear from you, everybody. Do you care about the flip-flop? That's going to be the question. Do you care about the flip-flop? Yes or no? Vote after this podcast.
I mean, I don't understand what is the meaning. What is the, you know, real meaning why you make this movement? For me, I was just like, I thought you were joking. You were trying to be funny.
What? Why would I get on my knee
How am I
and take
supposed
off
to
my
know?
flip-flop? Don't you know
That's
it's hot?
my question.
Don't you know it's hot? Come on. And my knees. I don't know if you know, everybody, but Eric has sensitive knees. Okay? They're quite sensitive. And if I don't take care of my knees, they hurt. So I was watching out for my poor little knee when I was kneeling to express my love.
Okay.
You knew
Okay.
that.
Yes, I know you have sensitive knees.
Yes.
I do.
Sensitive
Knees.
knees. Okay. So, flip-flop was necessary. So, she made me do it.
Okay.
That's right. Again.
Still
With the flip-flop. I wasn't gonna like move it. I wasn't gonna like throw it
He
away.
doesn't.
I'm going to just do it again.
Yeah.
And so I did the same thing. Anita,
Yes.
you're the love of my life. And you mean so much to me. And I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Yes.
And so, will you marry me?
And then I say yes. And
it's just like, I was in shock. I was just like...
I was in shock too.
Yeah.
So just stop that.
So we kind of like walked away from the park where a bunch of Agong were kind of like staring at us, and I just said, "Will you marry me to my wife?" And we were just kind of like, "Did it actually just happen?"
Yes, like what happened? You know, it was like very hot. I'm still holding my bubble tea, and then we're just like, "Do we just get
Did we
engaged?"
get engaged? Yes.
Yeah, kind of, right?
So if you didn't think we were weird before, let's just add a cherry to that sundae on that top there, right? Yeah, because we have a weird engagement to this very weird relationship.
Yes, and
that was our engagement.
Yeah, that's engagement. I'm pretty sure some of the like listener from Taiwan, they will get confused with what is the real moment when you are engaged.
Okay, so based off of Westerner culture, we really have a particular moment when we're deciding in our mind, okay, I want to marry this person. And when we want to express that feeling, usually there's a couple things that we do beforehand to express that. But usually the moment, like you asked, is... as soon as you ask, will you marry me? And the person says yes.
No matter once or twice.
And they say, I will marry you. Then you are officially engaged. There's no paperwork. There's no like fireworks or, you know, like some sort of government official needs to come stamp you on the forehead or something like that. Nothing. You just, as soon as you say yes, you are basically on a verbal contract. Yeah. And that's basically all you technically need. Now, of course, there's some other like cultural stuff that we do. Yeah. So shall I dive into the USA culture stuff?
Oh, yeah, since you mentioned it.
Okay.
Continue.
So, well, speaking about that, some of the most common things that Americans, I can't speak for all of Europe, but for Americans, we like to do is we like to go shopping for the ring.
By yourself or with your future husband or wife?
This is a good question. Most of the time, these days, if you want it to make it a surprise, then the engagement ring, this one specifically, you will go and buy it yourself. Okay. And then you'll go searching around trying to find an ideal ring. Like for buying your engagement ring, I like stole one of your other rings to kind of
Did you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I did not know that.
Yeah. So I could like have a measurement of the ring so I knew it would fit you.
Okay.
I saw it was a good idea on Google, so that's why I tried it. Okay. And it worked. So she still wears the engagement ring. And so you go to the shop and then try to find something that would suit the person. And then after you buy it, it really doesn't, the ring itself doesn't have to be special. It's more about like how you present it is special. So there's a lot of methods. Back in the day in the US, it was very popular to put your ring into some sort of food.
Food?
Yeah, so like some people would put it in like a cake or like put it in some sort of like anything really. But the most common and popular ones were cake and champagne.
Oh yeah, I've definitely seen it from the movie.
Yeah, so in movies they definitely did that, and it was, it's a good romantic idea with the surprise, but it definitely can be dangerous. People have definitely swallowed a lot of engagement rings from this, so I didn't think it was a good idea because Anita really likes to eat. So she's staring at me. But
continue. You're sorry.
Anyways, so like I said, the way is the most important. The way is the most important to present the ring in the USA. But that's pretty much it when it comes to proposals in the USA. We're pretty straightforward. We don't have any other like hoops you have to go through. But I know in Taiwan, it's not that easy.
We'll be right back.
I really like journaling, but I always end up with no time or cannot find a journal that I really like. So I was like, hey, let me create one. So here it is, a self-help journal created and designed by Anita. Inside the book, I provide very simple and easy to follow template. For example, in the morning, to-do list. In the evening, gratitude practice. So you can use a very little time to start this healthy habit. Go ahead and check it out in our description down below or go to our buymeacoffee.com. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I'm just gonna say it one more time. Like, the situation in Taiwan is pretty complicated.
Anita's favorite phrase about Taiwan.
It is. I will say it's not just complicated, complex, and also kind of odd.
Odd? Okay, what do you mean?
So basically, you can separate the tradition. You can separate the engagement in Taiwan two different ways.
Okay.
One is like modern way. The other one is traditional way.
Okay.
Of course, the modern way is basically just like what Eric mentioned. You get the boyfriend get a ring, and plan a romantic surprise to ask the girlfriend to marry them. That's like modern way.
Sure.
But in Taiwan, if you say yes to the proposal, you are not engaged.
Oh, really?
You're not. Yeah, you just my boyfriend just asked me to marry him.
Okay.
That's it. This is the time when you show off your rings or call off your families and friends. And here comes the most difficult part after you say yes to this modern way of proposal.
Okay.
The man, the boyfriend,
Yeah.
has to go to girlfriend's family
Okay.
to do a ceremony called teaching.
Teaching. Okay. And so what does this mean? Like to ask the parents for approval?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's not just that simple.
Okay.
This is, you can imagine, you can think of this teaching as a meeting, like two families meeting with each other, talking about, how to have the wedding that both will like it.
Oh.
And there are some traditions. Maybe the girlfriend's family insists to have, sort of things like that.
So what you're saying is that it's kind of like a business meeting almost.
Kind of, yes.
So
it's
you're we're
how
gathered?
how much would you provide to marry to my daughter?
Oh, well, I will make sure she has a home and make sure that we have lots of children and I will make sure that she will never go hungry.
That sounds pretty reasonable.
Oh, is it like this?
Yes, like this.
Wow.
But it's not. Yeah, but it's not that straightforward. Of course, we will just try to be polite to each other.
Okay.
And I think another main point, the main purpose of this teaching is there was also another tradition in Taiwan, still very hard for me to understand, which is the thing called 聘金.
Okay. And so can you describe what 聘金 is?
Okay. 聘金 is basically just the money. Okay.
Okay.
So if you are a man who wanted to marry a woman,
Okay.
you go to this woman's house to do teaching.
So like the meeting, right?
Yeah, the meeting. And based on the traditional custom, if you want to marry someone's daughter, you have to provide the daughter's family 聘金.
Okay, so that's the money.
That's the money.
And so how do you decide on how much money to provide?
Depends on, well, okay. It depends on how much money the wife's family asked.
Oh, so the parents will ask for a certain amount.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're saying that this money it has to be paid in order to get married to the daughter.
Yes, and they will present. You have to use cash. There was no credit card. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No credit cards.
No swiping.
No swiping.
Okay.
Cash only.
Cash only. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And you like during the wedding or like engagement, which we will talk about the next episode.
Yeah.
Once you set the number, and then during the wedding, actually the morning before the wedding really happened, you have to present those money.
Oh, I see.
In a very special way, like put into something red container.
Oh, I see.
And then present to your future wife's family.
Okay, so, but what is the purpose of it? Is it just to like really, I hate to say it, but to buy your wife? Or is there a meaning behind it?
The meaning behind this 聘金 is, because if I am a man, if I were a man, I will. It's kind of like my thank you gift to my wife's parents because you raised such a beautiful woman.
I see.
You raised the love of my life, kind of like this.
So kind of like in English we call it a token. When we have a way that we want to express our gratitude or a thank you to someone, we will maybe buy them a gift. Maybe in another example, I could say like someone lets me stay at their house for like a month, okay, and because I couldn't go anywhere else, and so now I can leave. And as a way to say thank you, I have this thing called a token of my gratitude. And so this maybe is money, or it could be a gift of some kind, and then it shows them that I care. So is this kind of like what you're talking about with this?
Yes, but we would just really use money.
So just really only money.
Only money.
Not like jewels or anything?
Oh, there are jewels, but that's not for the wife's family.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like you said, the way to say thank you to the wife's family.
Specifically.
Parents. We will only use this one.
Gotcha.
So you say token.
Yeah.
So would you call it I don't know, bridal token for the 聘金?
I guess so. I mean, if you're like trying to express what this token is for, it's for the bride, right? And so, a bridal token would be a good word for it. Yeah.
Because I also learned there was a different meaning for token.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you go to like a slot machine, the casino. That's the thing, right?
Like a special coin for a specific place. Yeah, we have those are called tokens too.
Yeah.
It's the coin is for the purpose of using it at that place. So kind of like this. This money represents the thing for the bride.
Gotcha.
So that's why it's a token. Okay.
Interesting.
And okay. I have one really big question.
Yes.
And I don't know if anyone listening is a fan of Mulan, the movie.
I love it.
Mulan, right?
In Chinese, it's 花木兰.
Oh, Hua Mulan.
So the last name is Hua.
Oh, gotcha. So, in the movie, there is this like ceremony that Mulan goes through at the very beginning, where she's like riding like characters on her arm, and her parents are like telling her go get ready, and she's wearing these really nice clothes and makeup, and then she's like walking through the streets, and then all of a sudden there's this giant lady.
Lady man.
Okay. Who calls her in.
Mulan!
Yeah, kind of like that. Very well done.
Thank you.
Lady man.
Thank you.
Yes. And she basically asks Mulan a bunch of questions and sees how she does as a bride.
Yes.
Is that the test? And if it is a test, why is it a thing in Taiwanese, Chinese, Asian, East Asian culture?
I mean, yeah, you guys know that Mulan was like from the ancient time, right?
Sure.
So like long time ago, women's only purpose is to be a good wife, so-called like good wife.
Okay, so there was a test for that.
Yes.
Okay.
See if you're qualified as being a good wife, as a like good wife material sort
Gotcha.
of thing.
Uh-huh.
So that person, the lady man,
Uh-huh.
she's basically a matchmaker.
What would you call that in Chinese?
We call it 媒人.
媒人. Oh, okay. And so, a matchmaker to help. So, okay, let's just say the Mulan did not fail, okay? She failed it miserably. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie.
It's like a long
But
time ago.
but anyways, they can Google it. It's fine. So let's just say she did pass the test. What would have been the next step?
The matchmaker will find her a good husband,
Okay.
and they will get married. That's
Okay. Is this still a thing?
it. No.
Okay.
But you know, in like probably 2 generations back, like my grandparents' generation, you know, at that time everybody's very conservative,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and you cannot date freely. You know, there's no such a thing. You just go on a date from someone from your work or someone you met at school, or not even mention Tinder. Doesn't exist.
Gotcha. So basically, the Tinder was this matchmaker.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you know, when you are about to hit, I think at that time it's like 17 or 18 for girls, they will think, oh, you are at the perfect age to get married. So this matchmaker, most of the time, just like the movie, most of the time are ladies. So they will be like, oh, so your daughter is turning 18 this month. So you know what? I know someone who is working in the post office. He make a lot of money. I think this will be perfect match for your daughter. And they will first show the picture to, you know, to each other's parents. They will show the pictures to each
So
other's
basically,
parents.
the parents get to see the Tinder pictures.
Swipe left
and they
or right.
swipe left or right.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then after they swipe left or right, and they like, oh, this is perfect for my daughter, or this man is perfect for my daughter, and this woman's perfect for my son. Then they will match the pictures and then have a date?
Blind date, yes.
A blind date.
Yeah.
Okay, so only the parents know.
Yes. Most likely the kids, you know, the boy and the girl, they will know on the day they are about to get, they are about to meet.
Yes,
There.
for the purpose of getting married.
Yes.
Yes, it's the goal.
Yes.
It's not for like, hey, date 1, and then maybe there'll be 3 more
Strike
dates
out.
later, you
No,
know?
no,
Nothing
no.
like that. So no matter what, it's for the purpose of marriage.
Marriage, yes.
Okay. Wow.
And yeah, but like I said, it's like 2 generations back. But right now we still have this matchmaker. We still have 媒人. So like I
Really?
said, yeah. So when we are doing like teaching, usually the the boyfriend's family will find a matchmaker.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's their aunt or
Just somebody in the family.
just somebody in the family who was really good at talking.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and they will ask this 媒人 to come with them to the girlfriend's family.
Oh, I see.
And right now, in the modern time, this matchmaker, this 媒人, his job is kind of like a, how do you call it, like mediator
Oh, okay.
of this meeting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So this still happens.
Still happens.
Not as common, but it does happen.
If you follow traditional
way.
Traditional way, it is common.
Okay.
It
So
will show up like many times.
So if the mediator says no, then the 2 people won't keep meeting each other?
His job is, Mayor's job is not to say no.
Oh.
Mayor's job is to make sure both sides of the family are happy about this marriage.
I see.
So yeah, for example, if the girlfriend's parents ask too much 聘金, and the boyfriend's family disagree with this number.
So the token is bad.
Yeah, so the mayor, like I said, she has to be good at talking, at persuade people, make everybody happy.
Yeah.
So they would say, oh, maybe we can, use another alternative way, sort of things like this.
I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely not like anything in the United States.
So tell me, this is not complicated.
Oh, it's very complicated. Absolutely. In the USA, boy meets girl, or girl meets boy, and
boy meets boy.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Nowadays,
Anyway.
boy meets boy, girl meets girl. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
No, definitely no problems there. But back in the day, if that was just the thing you did, if you found someone that you liked that was in your town or in your city or your neighborhood, you would probably spend the rest of your life with them. There wasn't any other rules, no red tape. It's just like, okay, you like it, do it. But in Taiwan, it seems like the proposal, the engagement, and the wedding are actually their own things. Where
Exactly.
in United States and Western cultures, kind of the proposal is just that action.
Yeah, just at that moment.
Will you
right?
marry me? This little action right here. And then afterwards, the engagement is just the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, one last thing I wanted to say about Taiwanese traditions. Once you guys agree with the so-called like terms, how you guys wanted to, how much the husband need to provide to the wife. Once everything is done, you are not still engaged, which we will have another ceremony, the engagement ceremony and wedding, which we will talk about because it's just way too complicated. So we will separate it as another episode.
So what should we just call this episode? The proposal?
Yeah, the proposal. So
Okay, so for now, you have heard from Taiwanica the proposal.
Yeah.
If you would like this video, please let us know. And we're very happy for you to listen up till now. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Anita, for telling us about the Taiwanese culture.
Of course. Do you have any ideas about Taiwanese proposal culture?
Taiwanese proposal culture.
What do you think of that?
I think it's crazy. But then again, it's not surprising because just according to what I've studied with like Japan and mainland China and South Korea, it's pretty similar. But every culture is unique and beautiful its own way.
Wow, well said.
Oh, thank you. And so yeah, I definitely enjoyed listening to it. We hope you did too. And yeah, make sure to do the poll about if
The flip-flop.
because do you care about the flip flop? Also make sure to follow us on Instagram at Taiwanica.
Yes.
And we're on Amazing Talker. For those who don't find us on Amazing Talker, you can find us there for learning.
Yeah.
And for those who are on Amazing Talker with us, hello.
Hi.
Thank you for listening to
So
our
much.
podcast.
Yeah,
We
thank you
greatly
so much.
appreciate your support. Much love. And that's it for me. What about you, Anita? Any goodbyes?
I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. It just make me feel so happy whenever we find some new topic that from our students.
Yes, absolutely.
Just so good. And this one, I wanted to shout out to my student, Mia. She gave me the idea about like teaching and pinjing.
Oh,
She actually told me a lot because I didn't do that
really? Wow.
part, like in details.
Yes,
So she provided.
Spoiler, Anita and I did not do any of those. But
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me.
Seriously.
Yeah, USA. So yeah, thank you, Mia, and thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you again soon.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Taiwanica. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.